Jungkook standing next to you. The fan cam that broke the internet. October 31st, 2025. Have you ever watched a single moment, just a few minutes long, and felt like the whole world stopped moving? Because that's exactly what happened when Jungkook's standing next to you. Fan cam dropped on October 31st, 2025. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe for more BTS stories that touch your heart and remind you why this fandom is truly one of a kind. Purple Heart. Now let's go back to that night. The night when Jungkook didn't just perform. He became the music. The stage lights dimmed, the crowd went silent, just for a heartbeat. And then, a deep bass rolled through the stadium. Every army in the crowd knew what was coming. Standing next to you, Jungkook walked into the spotlight like a storm in human form. Calm, powerful, magnetic. The world's cameras were ready. But nothing could truly capture what was about to happen. He looked different that night. Not just in style, but in presence. There was something fierce in his eyes. Something untamed yet beautifully controlled. And when the first beat hit, he moved. Every step was sharp, every gesture deliberate. But it wasn't about perfection, it was about passion. Jungkook wasn't performing for the camera. The camera was trying to keep up with him. The crowd screamed, thousands of purple lights swaying like a living ocean. He sang, standing next to you. And the words didn't sound like lyrics. They sounded like a promise. For a moment, it felt like he was talking directly to the army. Like every heartbeat in that stadium was synced with his. And then came that look. That split second where Jungkook glanced into the crowd, smiled just a little, and you could almost hear his heart whisper, "You waited for me, didn't you?" The fan cam zoomed in. His hair slightly messy. His breath visible in the cool air. His voice steady but burning. It wasn't a stage anymore. It was a confession. But what most people didn't see was the story behind that night. The weeks leading up to this performance weren't easy for Jungkook. Between rehearsals, recordings, and quiet moments alone, he was fighting something only true artists understand. The pressure of being perfect in a world that sees every flaw. He had been quiet on social media, missing from public appearances. Fans wondered why. Some said he was resting. Others thought he was preparing something big. And they were right. Because when Jungkook finally stepped onto that stage, he wasn't just returning. He was reborn. That's why the fan cam went viral. Not just because of how flawless he looked or how stunning the choreography was, but because every second felt alive with raw emotion. You could feel his story in every movement. During the bridge, something magical happened. Jungkook stood still for a moment, just breathing. The crowd quieted. You could hear the faint echo of his mic picking up the sound of his heartbeat. Or maybe it was the heartbeat of millions watching him live. Then he whispered softly into the mic, "Even if we're far, I'll still be standing next to you." The audience gasped. It wasn't part of the lyrics. It was real. And armies knew. This was his message. His way of saying, "I'm here. I've always been here." The fan cam kept rolling. 3 minutes, 28 seconds of pure electricity. When he hit the final high note, his eyes glistened under the lights. He didn't look away this time. He faced the crowd, chest rising, lips trembling in a smile that said 1,000 unspoken things. For ARMY, it wasn't just a performance, it was healing. People shared the clip endlessly online, saying things like, "This doesn't even feel like a concert. It feels like a love letter to us." His eyes said more than words ever could. The fan cam hit 10 million views in 24 hours. But the number didn't matter. What mattered was how it felt. Because when Jungkook said, "Standing next to you," every army whispered back, "We're standing next to you too." Later that night, after the show ended and the stage lights dimmed, Jungkook stayed behind for a few seconds longer. He turned back, looked at the empty seats, and smiled quietly, almost as if he could still feel the presence of every fan. That small moment, unseen by most, was captured by a few lucky cameras. And when armies saw it online later, they couldn't stop crying. Because that's who Jungkook is. Even when the music fades, he stays. He stays in the silence, in the memories, in the hearts of everyone who's ever believed in him. And maybe that's why Standing Next to You became more than a song. It became a symbol of loyalty, of connection, of love that distance can't erase. For Jungkook, this wasn't just another performance. It was his way of saying thank you. For every fan who waited through quiet nights, for every message of love, for every heartbeat that still beats for BTS. When he sang, "I'll be standing next to you," he wasn't just talking about love. He was talking about us. So maybe that's what being part of ARMY really means. Standing beside them even when they're far away. Feeling their joy, their pain, their growth, as if it's our own. 'Cause we don't just watch BTS. We live with them. And on that night in October 2025, Jungkook reminded us of one truth that will never fade. Distance doesn't matter, because real love always stands next to you. Purple Heart. If this story touched your heart, hit that subscribe button, because more BTS stories are coming. And each one will remind you that love, once shared, never fades. Until next time, keep your heart purple. And remember, Jungkook is always standing next to you. Purple Heart.